Just a quick reminder on risk, guys. This talk is intended for educational purposes only. Going to, like Mario just said, not spend too much time on the market here. Basically, just to recap, last meeting, it was mentioned that we're looking, or I was looking for some type of near-term low in this zone, right? The 430, 435 zone, kind of corresponding with what we saw here. When we had that gap up following our last session, this blue highlighter that you see here on October 5th was the last meeting. This gap up with the sell and then this kind of higher low, if you will, that pivot point kind of marked the structure that I was looking for to correspond with the seasonality. And if you missed the seasonality piece, that was basically, you know, the first 2 weeks of October, generally speaking, are more volatile. Going to see some selling now that we're in the back half of October. So pretty much as far as seasonality is concerned, I'm looking for the continued ramp higher, just to kind of correspond with seasonal norms. Now, as far as what that looks like on SPY, I'm going to remain bullish until we see some type of new pattern development or these pivot points negated. As far as upside reference points, we've got pretty much just all-time highs directly above us. We closed at 450.6 today, it looks like. So all-time highs puts us right around, we'll call it 454. Upside from there, just a quick fib extension to get an idea, puts us at 460 and then 470. So probably unlikely we see these before our next meeting, but just some reference points to keep in mind. And you know, kind of what I'm looking for moving forward. That's it for SPY. Mario, I'll go ahead and pass it off to you here.
Let's see if I'm better today.
You should have host now.
I am. Screen number 2. So welcome everyone, and take it back, please, sir.
You got it.
Okay. Let me make sure that I have my note-taking ability right here. Okay, so like we said, we're not going to spend too much time on analyzing the market because I think it's being discussed everywhere, pretty much. So this is what we have. We have the weekly buy setup trigger right here, and this is the weekly chart that we're going. So from here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trading momentum, right? We got 360, 382, of course, is the prior high, and then we got 391 and go, right? When is that going to change? When the structure changed. So we come to the daily chart, right? And similar to the SPY, we have the pivot right here, which forms the actual first time that we put the downtrend right under scrutiny, to put it that way, right? So then we have the daily point of control, so everything was smooth sailing. It's been smooth sailing for now 5 days in a row. So keep that in mind too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember that cycle. So don't be surprised if we start doing like a little pullback right here into point of control. So 365. So that's what I'm saying, like 365, 382. That's the range that we're going to be trading now. 365 by 382. Once we break 382, 391. From here, it's all momentum. So if we see power or, you know, more strength tomorrow, 376, we go 382. That's pretty much it. That's the cues. So let's go to Apple, which is going to be pretty fast too, because Apple is a weekly buy. That's what I'm working on Apple. Here's a weekly chart, pretty clean, pretty simple. And we called last time was 141 to 151. So I think we're still there where we got at 141. You have a little bit past halfway to target one. Right here, we crossed this little bump. I'm going to be calling this one a bump because it was in the middle of the range that we wanted to take. So once we go over 151, we take the 157, right? But the main thing with Apple is we still got time, right? The 1028. So we should be fine. This is the chart you're going to be looking at, right? The one that is in control. We play momentum whenever we have the momentum. So we know 146, 151 over 151, 155, 157 doesn't need to be like too much of an analysis right there. Just if it continues going higher, you just continue buying. Simple as that. The entry for the swing was already passed, so you're like 5 points too late. Amazon 3,200 to 33 by 3550, right? This one is a weekly. Let's go see the weekly. What's going on right here? We had sort of a pullback right here too into the 50 MA. So that was the entry too. So what we're working now, what I want to work is 34.37 for 35.52, and we got earnings coming too. So the earnings for Amazon, let me just get my calendar because I know I have those at hand. So the earnings for Amazon is going to be 10/28, same day as Apple, right? What do I want to be doing with this one into earnings? This is a 1-2. So if you would one that like to play Amazon, just keep an eye on this one, 34.56, and try to hit it by 35.50. I won't be surprised if we hit 35.50. So that's what we're doing right there. Is a weekly range. Then we have the Facebook. The Facebook was a weekly buy that we've been calling to everybody in the room, and this is the setup that we were looking. So we have the hammer right at the 50 MA. That was last week, right? So today, not yesterday, over 330. That was trade number one. That was the ideal entry if you were thinking on swinging this one. That was it. 329. We hit target one, which is a 20 MA. Now up in here, where do we go from here? Well, we need just momentum, right? And still, you have to keep in mind one thing, guys. Still trending down. So we're doing a pullback. It's a reversal, but we need a lot of buyers to step in. So we know it's secure, it's sure to go long. We're still under the 50-day MA. So this one's going to be holding us. This is going to be a speed bump right here, 345. What I want to do is I want to trade the Facebook over 346 for 358 into earnings. Okay, so once I start seeing 346, 348, I go 368. Did I say 368? Yeah, 358. I'm sorry, 358, which is right here. So it's a 10-point move that I can get it. So if we get a good setup intraday for Facebook, absolutely take it, right? So main chart again is the weekly. So those are the easier ones. These are the FANGs. Now we got the Netflix. So this one, this is what we have, but we know it's after hours. So after hours, I think the Kyle posted that implied volatility was like 35 points. So everybody's getting killed so far. Nothing, absolutely nothing here. And not surprising because this thing is being just in this little range after we have the big move here, right? So let's look at the weekly, see if there's something right there. So something that stands up to me should be just a continuation move once we go over 646. So Netflix over 646, and that'll be just momentum. I want to do 646 for Netflix. Okay, let's go to Google. This is what we have. The weekly buy triggered last week, but still we have a nice formation right here for yesterday. I think we called this one yesterday too as a 1-2, sort of 1-2-3. So it worked. So even here, what do we have for earnings? For earnings for Google, we had the 1026. So we still got, we still got some time. 2,900 for target, plain momentum. So it's not a big target right there. 2870 for 29 and 2925. Let's make it 2925. Momentum for all-time highs, right? Once we start breaking all-time highs, that's a different trade, right? We know how to trade the all-time highs, which is momentum. Wait for whatever is the reference point that you have pre-market or from the prior day, and that's when you take your momentum trade. So we finish the FANGs, which is pretty simple. Here's Microsoft. Microsoft is a momentum trade at all-time highs. We broke to all-time highs today. So what you want to make or take into consideration is this level right here, the 306, right? That we broke. That was a prior high. We broke it yesterday. So I want to make sure that we hold that level, right? So for that, I'm going to be trading this one as a breakout play. So 306 for 317, 320. Momentum trade, right? And once we go under the 306, I'm going to be looking for 306 to 300, just in case the market starts pulling back, like what we said right here, right? Don't be surprised if after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, we may have a little bit of a pullback. So this could be one that gives us a pullback, right? Like Microsoft will likely go under the 306 right here. So we have a red bar right here. We gap at 306.50 and we can probably take it to 300 or 294. Okay, so that's a Microsoft as a market play. Then we go to AMD, which is a momentum play. Reason being, we have the setup that we talk quite a lot. And here is a 1, 2, 3. It's not perfect 1, 2, 3 because we don't have a huge volume on day one, but the setup could provide, if we have, what is the main requirement? We have the volume right when we take the high, which is 117. I think it stands at 117. So our target could be 120, 121, 122, right here, 120, 122. So that could be a momentum. So that's all I want to do with AMD, to be honest, guys. If we start pulling back into the 110, 111, then what we can do is we go back to the prior range that we have. So we can call a range between 110 and 122. So make a note of that one, 110 to 122. Here's my alert of 110. So if we start pulling, in case the market comes down like 1 to 3 days, I want to see it at 110, 111. We can probably take 110, 111 for 122. Same trade. Nothing like the charts, because of the move that we have. I know that's why we all are so happy these days, because the chart has been so clean and so easy that, you know, we can all see the moves. What's the next move, right? So guess what? NVIDIA is going to be a weekly buy, and I want to check on the weekly buy. This is what we have. We have the same pattern as the market. So now we're into probably the second week after trigger. So what we have is we have a lot of volume right here. We can check it, 224. So this one hasn't moved just yet. I want to see 226, and I want to take it for 239, 230, of course, 225, 226, 230, which is a prior high. That's a reference point. But the main one can go to 240, right? Let me see when's earnings for this one. 11/17. So we got plenty of time. Okay, we got almost a month. So we don't have earnings for this one till 1 month from now. So this could be one of the ones that we can trade, right? So we're talking 224, 226, 230, all-time highs, 239. Gonna make a note of that one, 239. Okay, we continue. You see it right here, 250. So NVIDIA, pretty good setup. MU, I just want to touch on this one because I know we had it for last time as a breakdown from the 70, right? So what I want to see right now is look at the monthly chart. Look at all the pullback. We're coming back into this top of a base that we spent like 3 years constructing. So this is pretty interesting for me, right? I want to see if people will step up and buy this thing right here. Looks like we try to break right here. We didn't. So what I want to see is an engulfing pattern of this red bar. That means if we gap up over 69.50 or we go over 70, I want to take a reversal trade on MU. So reversal for 70, 72, 75, and if we get really lucky, we go to 80. But at least the 70, 72, 75 could be something. Make a note whenever we say reversals, because reversals require a little bit more as far as your entries and how you execute and how nimble you get into the position, right? Because you're trying to go against the trend. Basically, that's what it means. If you nail it on a day that is going to make the big move, you're good. But if you take it on a day that is going to do something like this, you're going to be in pain, especially if you tend to not
catalyst, right?
Right. And then you need a catalyst. Yeah. Most of the times you'll see a catalyst. What was the one with Beyonce yesterday? I think it was Python, right? So that was a catalyst. At least we have the move, but look where we are. Like you that get it yesterday. So we're going to talk about Python in a while, but I thought it had a big move, but not even with Beyonce. Not even with that. Okay, so we're into the payment methods. So we like to talk about PayPal on this one. So I've been checking PayPal because of the weekly chart, right? It's not perfect. Reason why it's not perfect is because when you compare it to some of the perfect charts, like you will see that we're not in an uptrend. We're in a sideways range. This is a range, right? This looks like a buy setup. So I shouldn't even be talking about a buy setup because it looks like, but it's not because we're in a range. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to buy support right here. And this is kind of a test of support at the 50-day moving average over the Bollinger Band. I should be able to test at least a 20 MA, which is a 280, right? So let's go and see how is that going to go. If we test a 280, we're finally going to be breaking over the point of control, sitting up 276. So what I want to do with this one is I want to try and get any move that goes over 272, 275. I think we 273, just we don't see it right here because of the 50-day moving average. That was a move we try to take today. So over 273, 275, we go for 280. That's my target. But then I go for the big move to 290. Okay, that's where the big volume is right here. Then 290, then we see, I don't know if this is going to be affected by Bitcoin, catalyst, all of that stuff. So just play whatever the market tells you to do to play. So let's put it as a range between 275 and 295. That's for sure. That'll be once we go and start taking this point of controls, 276 to 295, which is this red bar right here. We can trade that range, right? That gives us 20 points. That's about 8% range. Not the best candidate. I have a firm too as a payment. This one, for this one, what I want to see is I want to trade momentum, of course. Nothing else to do with this one. 160, 20, 160, 70. Okay. That could work tomorrow, actually. If not, if by any reason this thing starts pulling back with the market by some reason, where I want to buy it is around the 133, 140. So I have my alerts right here, 133. I should have some right in here, 140, 138. So I start like taking a look on that one and how it works, right? Because that will be the first break of this little uptrend that we just started after this big move up. So it's not, I mean, it's not impossible to think that we will retrace. Look what it did. We have the move, we retrace. So this is a perfect entry right here. This is what we like. So I want to know if this one probably is going to give us like a 140 or something. If doesn't, just play 161 to 175 because we don't want to miss this one whenever it's moving. So affirm on watch for tomorrow as a 1, 2, 3. We write that down. 1, 2, 3. That's for tomorrow. There's another payment thing that is Clover, but it's too small, so I don't want to talk about it. Here's Square, and for Square, what I was looking for, let me see the weekly chart. Similar to what we saw in PayPal, it's sort of we put a pivot. Nobody can argue about this one, right? We come 1, 2, we have the pivot right here. We tested the 50 MA, now we bouncing, right? How far do we go? So we got to treat it more as a range than not really a buy setup because we're not in an uptrend, right? So we come into the daily chart and you see that we're just flat. So what we could do with Square is we take into account this 247 is a daily point of control. So we're going to see if we pull back into point of control and make a formation that we like, or you can play momentum 260 for 270, not big enough. Yeah, not big enough. I don't think that one's like granted like anything. Like I probably wanted like right here at 250. And then let's call it 250 to 265. So if I get near 250, I'll probably buy it for 265. And here's each momentum, so I don't need to talk about it. So Square in a range between 250, 265, and the 250, 247 is the daily point of control. That's what we want to do with that one. Okay. And we move to the Chinese. And we have BABA, which is pretty clear what it is. That was a daily breakout play right here. It's a reversal trade. We have massive volume right here at the 174, bigger, even bigger at 170. So the take of 170, that was the trigger for the trade. We go 170, we go 180, we go 194, we go 210. Why? Because I don't know when the momentum is going to stop. Now we come into the weekly chart, the monthly chart, I'm sorry. But we're going to see that once we go over 182, it gets really interesting, right? Because now we're talking about this big pullback that the last time took us from 185, 190 to 320. I'm not saying it's going to be the same, but that's what I said. Like if once we start going over 182, we can probably test 226. Not a problem. Right here, 211, let's call it 211. So BABA is a momentum, right? Because it's in play already. It's a reversal, and we have a range between 170 and 200 that we can work with. So the call for tomorrow going forward, because we're already 177, is 180 for 200, right? Keep in mind, 211 is a daily point of control, and we have earnings on 11.4. So that's for BABA. I like BABA right there. Like it today too. Here's Baidu. Similar, but not the same, right? Look at the monthly. So this is where we are. We're about to cross. Once we go over 186, we can probably see 208, right? So for this one is another momentum trade. I want to trade as a momentum. Again, it's a momentum reversal based on the weekly. Although it looks way better than the BABA, right? It looks way better than the BABA. And actually today was not the first day. This is what BABA did today, right? So Baidu did it yesterday. So that's what we have it today as a second day play, or at least as a continuation move right here. So momentum 180 to 190, a simple trade. 180 to 190, we get lucky, we hit 204. So Baidu, 180, 190. 190 daily point of control, 204. Let's go. Let me look at the day. Let me look at the weekly. Yeah, that's same. It's pretty much same target. 200, 204. Yeah, that's plus or minus 1%, 2%. But that was good. That was one that we have to keep in mind. Let's move to the electric vehicles. So I got Li Auto, right? We have some interesting action right here, higher than average volume at daily point of control. 1, 2 days. Today, they try to break out, sort of failed. So I want to be on the safe side for this one. I think we can trade Li over 32 once we clear today's high, 32 for 35 right here. Yeah, 32 for 35. So that's a 10% move for Li. Pretty simple. That's all I want to do. So it's got to be momentum. It's got to show me that it's being bought, and then we trade it. For Tesla, I think this one we're late to. Well, we call it last time. So we've been trading for 3 days now. So for Tesla, it's just going to be between 800 and 920. You know, whatever happens in here, this is the 800 move. This is the 920. I'm sorry, this is the 800 level. So this is the 920. So you know I'm not going to be a guy buying right here unless I have like some news, some catalyst, and I can use this one as a short. And then that's a momentum trade, right? So what I want to see is momentum over 880, 890, 900 into 920. Or I want to see a setup like a pullback or some sort of formation that allows me to buy it into 820s, 830s, ideally 812. But we got earnings. So the earnings is, when's Tesla? Like tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow after the close. So yeah, don't even waste time on that one. We'll talk about that one. But now you know that we have a range. At least put the range between 800 and 920. And based on where we open after earnings, we can trade that one as a gap. Okay. So let's do the NEO. And for NEO, just give me a second. I'm going to do momentum on that one too. Gave us a really big move to yesterday. That was good. Volume was not, it was average volume today. slightly above average yesterday. I like the monthly setup. I like the sort of range. So we're at the bottom of the range, so we can probably test 55 ideally. So for sure, I want us to be a part of that. So what do I do from here? Where do I go from here? Coming to my weekly chart. Probably once we start going over 41, $42, we can take 42 for 46. So that's going to be my call. 42 for 46 and 50. Okay. So Neo, where's my notes on Neo? 42 for 46 for 50. At any time, please type or let Kyle know if there's any questions, like as far as levels, or if you think is it short, is there long, or anything like that, right? I'll be happy to address whatever doubts you may have. XPV, I'm trading it as a breakout play, and I wanted to take 45. This is the one I want. Right, there's a lot of volume. Probably if we go to the weekly chart, we can see it a little clearer right here. That's the level I want to take, like 41.10, because I want it on the day that is going to give us 10%. You know, that's how I like to trade. So I want 45, 47, and 50, most likely, right? So keep an eye on this one for a momentum trade over 45. XPV, I know it did good volume like 3 days ago, but now it's like, so this is the type of day that I don't like to, even though price may be showing us a higher price than the prior day. So you may say, wow, it's strong, XPV, let's check it out. No, it's not, nobody's buying it. When I say nobody, it's like nobody among the ordinary, because we're doing basically normal volume, so pretty much same amount of transactions. When it's not bringing anybody excited because they gotta play XPV today. Lucid, this is what I like about it. I don't like this big tail right here. So we did have the shakeout after the base, so this is a bullish thing, and I know we've been watching this. So for Lucid, this could be called an entry on a weekly, sort of a weekly buy inside a sideways range. So we could go 25.50, and I think that's the call we have, right? Kyle, 25.50 for 28.50. So 25.50 will be triggered tomorrow, basically. So write that down. So where is it? Lucid, 25.50 for 27.20. That'll be a good day if we can have that 10% move in Lucid. So that's what we want. 25.27, that will put us right here at the 2 standard deviations of Bollinger Bands in a weekly chart, and then we probably can push it for 29, $30, but that could be Lucid. So I like Lucid as a momentum trade over 25.50 for 27.20. That could be tomorrow. Let me put some color on that one, because I need it highlighted for tomorrow. So that's Lucid. The other one I want to, because this is different, guys. This is one that we've been talking with Kyle. Net. And as far as I'm concerned, I've never put a trade on this one, and I just saw it just go, because by the time I saw it, I think we were watching this level, right? So I never saw it. So we finally have a red day here. So what I do when I finally have I have a one direction move, anybody can see it, it's just green. I finally have a red, so I can assume this is a high. So 182, I just throw my FIP numbers right there. 38% is 153, which is a lot. It's like 20 something points down. And then I have the 145 right here. So in order for me to get to 153, I need to see this one, 167, be taken out. So we haven't even cleared like 1 day of trading profits. Like if you're long, and you just do the easier thing is just like, oh, my stop is under the prior day's low. So your stop is like a 166. So unless we start getting under 166 and we start getting some real serious selling, I don't think this fib is going to be tested. However, what I want to see is like couple days in the market that we get weak. If we can get anywhere around 170 or some formation right here prior to taking the 182, then we trade the momentum 182. If not, and if we get lucky and it starts coming down into 153, then we know the fibs right here. Make notes. Fib 38% retracement 153, 50% retracement is 145. I don't short those stocks. They're too strong for me. I don't go. I'm a momentum trader. I'm a trend trader. I cannot short net. I can wait for it 7 days to go down to my level and then I'll buy it, but I cannot short it. It's too strong. On any given day, it just explodes on my face. So I don't want the pain. I don't like pain. So we know I want to be ideally a buyer versus 160 versus 154, or on a range that forms between 170 and 182. So make that note right there, 170 and 182, we're going to be watching net. Okay. That's like the first range that we have in a while that we can watch. If not, we start doing the fibs. Okay. We're probably going to be able to put a trade on this one, Kyle. Upstart, sorry. So this one, clear. We have the base, right? We have the move up, we have the pullback right here, and we're pulling back right here today on a bullish day. So what we have is solid 347 by 402. Okay, so that's a range, is a tight range. So let's call it 350 by 401. Okay, so that's a range that we can do. Ops, that one up work is reporting 11.9, so we still have like almost a month. For net, we have 11.4. For DDOG, which is another one, that's 11.4 too. So that one is also range. We can trade momentum over 160.44 or 160.50, which is all-time highs or new all-time highs. So DDOG stays for tomorrow as a watch over 160.50, play momentum. And we go, probably target one is going to be 165. What's the ATR on that thing? Like 5.5. Yeah, we can probably get 165, 170. Not a problem. Okay, so DDOG for 165, 170 tomorrow. Make a note on that one. Let me put some color so I remember what it is. So we got DDOG 2. Then we have C-scaler, and C-scaler, this is all-time highs. So this is the break. This is a wide range. So once we start getting into 290, I don't want to touch this thing because probably it's going to come all the way to 274. That's where I have my alert right here. So all I want to see is if we have 1, 2, or 3 days or whatever, and then we just continue. So 303, we come for 317. It's 805 as an ATR. So once we go 303, you can hit 11 and 20 for the next day. So yeah, 16, 20 as targets. So C-scaler is a momentum over all-time highs over 303.75. I think it is. That's the level I have from somewhere. I'm giving it like 15 cents just because this one, but no, this is not the one. The one that is really hard to trade is D-Dog. So C-scaler, that's out. So another momentum, all-time highs. And I was just doing this scan today. So that's why you're going to be seeing a lot of this moves that are already at all-time highs. So CrowdStrike is the other one. Look at the 1, 2, 3 setting up right there for us tomorrow. So that one's on watch for tomorrow. So 1, 2, 3 over 287, 289. If we do a 1, 2, 3, right? I'll be surprised if they don't put us over 289.24 pre-market. So if we take it like at 288 and we cannot break 289, get out of that. It has no power. plain and simple. That's how you read the power, right? So what we're probably gonna see is we're gonna see 300 as a target, 300, 310 target 2. So crowd for 300 and 310 target 2. That could be a trade for day. I have team 2. How are we doing on time? 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So for team, I added this one because I know, I think it was Hassan. Hassan, did you ask me about this one, right? Keep an eye on 420, 380 by 420. You can see the range right here, 380 by 420. So if we happen to go over 420, that's going to be a momentum trade. Same idea. If you see the volume, you can take it 420. The ATR is 11, so you can go probably 430, 440 easily on that one. I don't know how many of you guys use ATR. I hope a lot of you do, guys, because when I remember when Tesla was like 1500 or 1800, I kept telling people use the ATR. I mean, the ATR is like 150 points and you're going for 5-point scalps, not capturing not even 1%, or, you know, I'm using a little bit of too much to make a point right here. So make sure that you know what your ATR. If you're trading something like this at an ATR of 0.50, like one of the lower price stocks, like we did OCGN. Once you got 20 cents on that thing, start selling, right? Because you already have a big move, but it's not the same you're doing Baba and you're selling every 30 cents on that one. Doesn't make any sense, right? Fastly, unless you're at a really big level and as you're close to whatever level you plan and all that stuff, right? That's of course, that's the exception. So here's Upwork. Kyle, this one I know you traded, but I think doesn't have weeklies, right? I mean, only has monthlies, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways,
Let me
I like,
check.
yeah, but I like the chart. Is at the top of the range. We've been trading on this big
we got
range.
weeklies there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then Upwork, Upwork. Okay. These are the IBD 50 ones that are not in other sectors. I didn't know where to put them. So I just put them like Net, UPST, DDOG, Zscaler, CrowdStrike, Team, and Upwork. Those 8 ones are part of the IBD 50, which is solid fundamentals, scan slim, all of that stuff, you know, like earnings, growing earnings, and leaders in the industry, all that stuff, if you're familiar with that method. So once we start getting over 61, 62, we go 65, and then we go all-time highs, okay? So we're talking over 60, over 62.50, 464.50. Then all-time highs. I know solars and alternative energies have been hot. So let's check. The only ones I know is for solar, right? Not at all-time highs just yet. 112.5 looks like. Far from VWAP, far from point of control. I'm sorry, far from point of control.
Check SPWR.
Yeah, I cannot make a call on First Solar, and that's the other one I know. SPWR. SPWR, we have a monthly buy over 27, so that already triggered, guys. Yep, that already triggered right here, 25, 27. So we're into the monthly chart. So we're approaching the top of the range, 31.50 from 25, that's 6 points. So we're like 25% already late from my entry. So in that case, all I can say is I play momentum. right? So
How about tan?
that's the ETF, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 30, like 3004 to 3150, you wanna do it. But for me, like if I went to like, I don't know why we weren't looking at this one, because I have here the monthly buy.
No, we
'Cause
had
this,
that last week, Mario.
oh yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think we did trade some SPWR, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, this could be momentum. I mean, like these things that they're like on the news or whatever, one day they catch momentum. So refer to the monthly chart because that's all we have now. So I'll say the 3151, of course, everybody's going to be looking at that, right? So that's pretty simple, pretty obvious level. Once we go over 3150, we coming from 2023, so that's 8 points. So that's a 35% run. How much do we have? 35, probably another 10%. So play it as a, I'll say SPWR is a Momo trade, right? For the 3150 zone, basically. And then we see how we react to the zone right there. Let me see the 10. Now that's a nice setup prior to today. Now that's a nice setup on a weekly too, on a monthly, I'm sorry. So there was a lot of accumulation right here, 85. So 85, 85. Wow, this was good. This was good. Massive volume right here, 85. Those guys are loaded at 85. This is my 200 MA, just in case you're wondering what is it. So we just crossed the 200 MA. So this could be a good momentum trade too. 93, 40, 49 right here will be here. And then we go all the way to 103. So 93 to 103. I mean, it sounds exciting, but it's not that exciting. I mean, it's 10%. It's good. It's good. So 10, 93 for 103. It's good. It's good. You can make money over that.
And then CSIQ.
Oh, there's a Canadian solar. Yes. Let me add that one to my list. CSIQ. I totally forgot. When I need to do it, it's like when I'm in an exam. I totally forget what I'm supposed to be putting out. Let's see. So the monthly, we got a big move up from 16 to 67. We had a pullback, so that's like 33. So we lost 34 points, which is like 50% retracement. I like that. I like the fact that we're still under the point of control. 39.24. So for sure, I'm gonna have to start putting alerts right there. So I will miss when we start taking point of control. Now let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly, we can do a 1, 2, 3 on a weekly. Once we go over the 50, I like this one better, Kyle, just from technicals. 38 for 43, it's about 13%. And then we may get lucky and we hit 45 or 50 even. Thoughts? What do you think?
It's almost like a catch-up trade to the other ones, huh?
Yeah. That's what I think. Like I don't know if, because based on fundamentals, we're thinking on a swing or something, but 40. We can trade Momo 38 to 39.40, but you know, I'm like I don't wanna go.
This one just, it didn't do the volume that TAN and the SPWR did.
Right, it's still 112. It's still 112, so it's a little bit over. Of course, it's not huge because we're still in the base. We have this debate, right? The base, you know, the same base that we were talking last week. Not until we use you have the volume, you're not going to break out of the base. The day you break out of the base happens what Baba did. That's the day you want to be trading it. So let's just keep an eye on this one, guys. 38.60 or 39.40. We got pop over that. We go long, we hit 42 and we get 45. How's that? CSIQ. So I'm gonna leave the rest for you guys. Like I don't want to play before. No, not even for you guys. For someone else that wanna trade 38 to 39. I don't want to trade 38 to 39. I want to trade over 39.60, over 40. for 42.80. And if I get lucky for 45. Okay. So, and there's another hot list that I want to address before people fall asleep right here. Try not to make them, but this is Fastly. And just for the sake of the argument, whenever you guys see point of control, small little base, 50-day moving average, 20-day moving average, and we're gapping right there, we have to have our eyes on that trade, right? We have to, because every now and then it's going to make something like this. So we have a 331% move. So this is a second day play for tomorrow over 50. That was the target for today, right? And then we can probably have, what is the ATR? 2.1. So we can probably have 52 or 55 as a target for tomorrow. Okay. So Fastly, second day play over 50 and 52, 55. Pretty simple, right? Let's look at the weekly. This is what we have. Look at the base, 40. Make a new low right here. Failure to make a new low right here. Almost at 2 standard deviations right here. Then you have the volume coming in. Nothing on the weekly, nothing on the daily, unless you were like really tracking this stock. But today, amazing, great call by Chris, put us in the trade, and we were able to scalp it and ride it the whole day. So that was pretty good, guys. Great teamwork today on Fastly. Wolf did let me see if there's something else behind this. The monthly can probably take us to 25.47. So that's a 10% move. Could be worth it, actually. If we can take 23.76, we play it as a 1, 2, 3. So Wolf, does this one has a high short interest? I don't remember, but I think it does.
I'll check.
What's the short interest in Wolf,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah, 37%.
Yes, I know. Yep. Because we used to follow this one, right? So it's a high short, the Wolf, watch it for tomorrow. If we go over 33.90, we can probably hit 25. Okay. So that's one. It's not my go-to, but if I see it and we get an entry, that's probably somewhere you want to take a look. S-Fix, I know this one's in the watch list. So what I'm assuming is we're looking at how we hold at 33, but what I really want to see it is I want to see it at least going over this volume right here, which is 35.30. So I'm going to put all that right there, and I'm going to call it 35 for 40. S-Fix. Yeah, this is what we will be trading, right? The weekly buy it's not a weekly buy, right? This is a support resistance play. So the entry, and let me correct myself because that's not a weekly buy because we're still down there. So we can trade the range 35 to 40. Let's see, S-Fix. Yeah, 35 to 40, S-Fix range. The trigger will be 35.25. Just want to take this one, make sure this one's my low. So I want to go over that one. So that's S-Fix and AMAT. I think it's also on the watch list. So that was a big solid move. And now we're just chopping everybody up here. I have so many lines that I don't even know what they're about. So let me take this one off. Let me take this one off. Let me take this one off. Let's see how we look now. Horrible. Let's see. Let me take this one off. Oh, that's the 145.25. So this one, let me see. The weekly is a range. It is a range. So usually what I do when I'm playing a range, I'm trying to buy bottom of the range, of course. Now, what we have is we have the point of control, which once we cross can help us manage our risk. So this one can go 138 to 145. So AMAT over point of control, 138 to 145. More aggressive traders can take it over 136, or if we have a good day tomorrow, guys, let us know. I'm actually gonna put it at 146 in case I see it. I'm the one that sees it. So 146 on a big day, you can absolutely take it. And then end of the day, you are at 140, then you can call it an intra to trade, intra to swing, because likely we're gonna hit 145. So I like that AMAT idea that I'm seeing. And also Chewy, no, Carter is watching, Kyle is watching too. Are you watching, Chewy? I think you are, right?
Swing,
Okay.
yeah. I like to swing this one.
Yeah. So this is the same premise, right, guys? I don't call this one a buy setup because we still up down here. Buy setup is the pullback inside of an uptrend. So what we have is we just have a new low. So we just doing probably the first pivot that is gonna, but this is a new low compared to this one, right? So not as easy. Need a good reference point to get long. Probably is going to be this little base right here, 67.92. You can see it here. We got the volume and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, right? This one almost went there. This one almost went there. So I think the level is 67. That's 67.40, Kyle. 67.40, 67.68. Target's got to be 73.74. So let me write it down. CHWY over 67.50 for 73 and 79. Let me see. I want to make sure we're not doing too many counter trend trades. Yeah, this is what we're betting is that we're just gonna come back to the mean, right? The mean could be the 20 MA or the 50 MA. So we're extended at 2 standard deviations, a Bollinger Band. So we got oversold. Technically, we went from high of the Bollinger Band all the way to the test to the low. So usually what this is going to happen is at least we should be able to see 75.46. So we're doing a reversal trade right here, back to the mean reversal trade. If you want to go more technical on this one, mean reversal trade. This is not a buy setup. Okay. So 67.50 for 73 for 79. Now, what else we have? We have Palantir, which doesn't move. Since Kathy bought it, no moving. But this is why it's in my radar now. Look at the volume right here. So this red bar, that was the day that they have some news, some contract. Was that the day of the I don't remember if it was the day of the contract. Anyways, what's important right here is that we were about to break down, right? This is 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. So this is ready to go down. They gap it up, massive volume, dump it. Try to test, no break. So we have another day. Supposedly everything is red. This should be red. It's just TradeStation painted green because, but these guys were like selling pretty much the whole day, taking profits. I don't know what they were doing. Anyways, so this is where we are. So this is finally sort of a first higher low that we're completing with today. Like those of you that like to trade pivots, this is almost a pivot right here. So interesting thing is if we go over 27, 25, 27, 25, 50, and we can go 26, 14. That's the problem probably. It's too small of a it's too small of a target for me. Yeah, scrap that one. Anyways, if we see big volume, big move on Palantir over 25.50 on news, I'll probably take it. Right? But it has to be news, a catalyst. Kathy bought another 1 billion shares or whatever it is that she's buying. because we have the 26. This is what I don't like. That bump right there, 26.20. Once we go over 26.20, I think we hit 27 again. Okay, so over 26.20, because that could be a second day play, we go 27.50, 28. And that makes it for $3, which is like 10% move. That probably work. Beyond, I have it on the list. I don't know what's up with this one. It's like catalyst, it's a reversal. So this is what I don't anticipate reversals, to be honest, guys. This is just drifting lower. So no call on beyond. Keep an eye, and you have it right here. You know, an alert of 112. Once we start at least getting over the 50 MA. Why over the 50 MA? Because there's volume right here at 105. So that's daily point of control. Do I want to buy it right there? Probably not, but I want to know if we go over 112, because I think if we start getting into this one, is 112 or 112, 112 or 132. Okay. But I want to make sure that 105 point of control is just going to be the, you know, the time that we actually going to start turning this one around. That's that bigger picture. Look at the range. This is not a buy setup. This is a range trade. Okay. This is a range trade. So that's beyond. We have the Myrna. What's Myrna doing? Point of control 333. Trying to break, not breaking. 358. Let me see. Yeah, probably this is like trying to form a weekly buy. So keep an eye on that one as a weekly buy. If we start going over 350, not really my favorite trade, to be honest. Myrna, CRM. So this is all-time highs, hit today, 290, reference point at 285. So we got the 290. This is pure momentum, guys. Nothing else. Look at this beautiful thing. Did you call this one, Kyle? I think you did. On this pattern right here. This flag. I think so. I don't remember what was the day, but anyways, or somebody posted. I don't know if it was Zip probably. So this is it, guys. This is it for those of you that traded this one right here. So anyways, we're top of the range. So 290 better hold. So for CRM is a momentum trade. It's Momo over 295 continuation, and the key level that we should have, that we should stop, is 290, right? So whatever you do, don't lose 290. You lose 290, put it on the radar, and we see what we can do. Futu. Wow. We lose 58, we go to 40. But does anybody trade this? I don't even know what it does.
No.
No, right? Okay. Forget about Futu. Let's go to the stay at home, or now they should put another name. Look at what I like about this one right here. That's what I have it right here. Look at the alligator. We haven't seen an alligator in a while. So this could be the real trigger. 89, 90. We go 96. We go 99. Right. So question is, how aggressive do we want to be on that buying? See the weekly looks good. I want to see at least, yeah, the trigger, 89. Absolutely. Okay, let's call it 89.30 P-ton. 89.30 by 101. Okay, and we have to deal with the declining 50 MA, which is at 96. So 97 is target one. 96.50 is target one. Okay.
Just for a run into earnings on this one, it's in 2 weeks. So
it needs to move like now. Like tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. I mean, we've seen that. I actually like to play those running to earnings, you know, not a bad thing. I want to see how, I mean, as long as the implied volatility is not too crazy, otherwise I'll do a spread. But yeah, Python. So Python's on watch. Absolutely. We need triggers, guys. 90 alerts, 89.30, 89.50, 90, 91. We're going for 101. Remind people when you're going long 90 that the target is 96. So if they're late like 10 cents, it doesn't matter. Zoom. $76. This is one hard trade. You gotta get it on the right day, at the right time, perfect time. You see, guys, I have alerts at 271 by 288. So basically what I'm thinking is this level right here is 270. So 270 by 290 inside a range. I'll play both sides. Yep. This will be technically, we just make a new low. So this is a mean reversal trade, right? So we can actually get to 300, probably 320. At 300, I'll be like, I'm out, taking my profits, right? Look at the point of control. We're under the point of control, under the 200 MA, under the 50 MA. So it has a reversal connotation, all of it. So Zoom as a reversal trade, 220. Did I say 220? No, 270, guys. I'm sorry, my bad. 270 to 290, reversal, wrap. Okay, that's Zoom. We got Doku, which is another one of the stay at home, or the ones that we learn about it just now. This one's different. You see the 200 is here, 50 MA is here, point of control is right here. So I wanted over 280. I think over 280 can run for 300 bucks. Let's see the weekly. Is a weekly buy, sort of. Why do I say sort of? Because we have this is an uptrend. This is a range that got like big expansion. We broke, we tested, couldn't hold, but the 50 saved the day. So what I want to see is like, if these guys are going to go over 280, now I can use my green line as my new range between 280 and 315. So let's do that. Doku 280 to 315 as a range. Then we come into the daily and then we start game planning for the day, right? So I want to make sure that if I go 279.40, I want to be in that trade, right? Right? That's a level. You can probably even get it to 278 over priors, over today's high. But then the real trade I want to take is 280, the 280 for 315. That's the one I want to be in. Okay. So Doku, it's a good watch. We got Robinhood. I know it's not a stay at home, but I think a lot of people just use the time to learn how to trade. So that's why this is a sort of a close economic trade. I'm still waiting for this one to give us at least the weekly chart, the weekly buy. So 42.50, I'm looking at that one. 42.50, 42.80. That's another alert right there. Chart is so flat I can't even see it. So 42, 42.50 for 46, and then over 48 we go. Okay, good. 42.60 for 46, and over 48. Over 48, over 50 for 55. Let me show you the trade, right? Because it's still down there. Accumulation was at 40, so we're a little late from that. Dash, those ordering food, delivery. 227, you can see, you can all see the green line right there. We have, careful with the volume is a little below that, so 221. So actually, this is interesting, guys, because I have the volume not at the top. So if I can go over 221, I can trade it for 221 to 228. So this could be a Momo trade dash over 221 for 228, right? Then we get lucky. You know the story, right? We break two new all-time highs. You try to hold a little bit and then probably have a couple of days run. Now, if well, I don't want to short this one. I don't want to short it. We're back into this range. This is a range I'm trading. So actually I'm going to move it like here. So I remember what is it I'm doing right there. So I suggest you use colors and whatever helps you. Hoover, I know it was talked about this morning. Hoover's a dog for the most part. I want to see it still over 51.50. So this is the big move. Let's call this one an igniting move. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. So what we need is like at least the 50. Show me some strength. Show me we're not the ones buying it last and that you're gonna run. So I wanna over the 50 MA. Still a watch. I mean, no call on Uber. Left. Let's see if that one still exists. Have alerts at 55, 56. That's the thing, guys. Like if I want to make 10% on this one, it doesn't trade that well, doesn't trade that much. So usually not on my radar. So I'm gonna miss it. Social media pins, Pinterest. Look at the weekly, the monthly chart. Monthly chart could be a buy over 58.70, which will put it over point of control over the 50 MA. That's interesting. So 58.72. When's the earnings for pins? 10.27. So we got like a week for 50.25. What am I talking about? What 50? 59.
November 4th for that earnings.
Okay. So 59. This could be interesting because I know there was some volume today. You can see it right here, 168%. I like the monthly thing. We still got time into earnings. Definitely a new low right here, right? But we're putting pivot here, good continuation right here. These last 2 days, higher than average volume, 2 days in a row. So if we can start going over 57, I think this is good. I mean, this could be a nice trade, even as a second day. 56.20, 57, 57.50. That's the whole. So pins 56.20, target 157, over 57.50. Daily point of control, we hit 60. And then 67. I'm just trading the monthly chart, guys. That's what I'm doing. So basically I'm trying to get an entry right here for a target into here, 65, 67. Okay. So that's the pins. Twitter, which is the least favorite of mine. I don't like it. And he's reporting this week, looks like. So no call. No, 10.26. We still got a week. Range 67.70. No call on Twitter. Snap. This one's tough too. So this is sideways. That's sideways since, my God, like 2 months now, 3 months now. So working on this base, we still got the alerts, haven't triggered. So snap, nah. I mean, we will know when to trade it because we will hear the news, 80 and then 84. Likely it's gonna be past. Yeah, it's gotta be on earnings. I don't know what they're expecting. So snap earnings play. We know how to play that one. We wait for the now. Let's do the streams, which is Roku, right? So here's the low we made. This is the pivot we have. This is a good volume day. sideways move, good volume day. Second day, no follow through. Real trade is 356, right? 356 for 370, and then we have a trade. See, because we will go 400, 420. Wow, that's big. Yeah, here's a weekly. It's taking its time. Here's the thing, again, this is not a weekly buy. This is a weekly entry at support on a big wide range between 317 and 490 bucks. So if we get it anywhere around here and we are lucky enough that we at least come to not even the top of the range, we come like 417, 420, I'm happy with that. We get like 200, 100 points on that one. So that's good. So keep an eye on Roku, guys. 357, 355 for 370. Roku. 355 for 370. $384 to 2. Okay. We got the red right here. I gotta check how was the day. This could be tomorrow. Yeah, no, we just need the 350. We need to take that for sure. That'll be my first alert. 350. But I want the 355. That's the one I want. The 355, 370. That'll be the easier trade for Friday. That'll be amazing. So Roku, Disney. Some news yesterday. Gap down, big volume, held support, 170. We keep talking about this one. Same range, more in stock, 169, 181, same thing. If you don't know what same thing is, that means I'm playing the range. So out of the range to the upside, I go long. Out of the range to the downside, I go short. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to buy it in here because usually just go like 1 or 2 days and then it just comes down. So not one that I want to lose or invest my mental capital, which is more important than even the other one because I get tired. Fubo, F-U-B-O. So Fubo, 2980, volume right here. 2980, that's like 30, 31. So we try to make a run today. Stall. It's a range, guys. This is a range. 25 to 31, 32. You can call it 32. So yeah, if this is your favorite trade, then trade it 31 to 32. 31 to 32 for Fubo. Bitcoins.
Yeah,
we got the ETFs, we got all that stuff. I gotta wait for that one, the real ETF that actually trades in that thing. So here's coin, and I don't know if we have that call that we were waiting for this IPO base to form. Anyways, so that was like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know what we were doing. Anyways, so here's where we are. How would I trade coin? Here's a 300, right? What was a trade that I know some of you guys played today, which is a momentum trade, which is pretty good. So let me just put this for some context because this one's one that I don't usually follow, but with the recent news, I'm gonna start following. So there's a 300. It's 306. It's 324. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's Momo, guy. I mean that's clear. 4 days into Momo. Usually what I like to see is a pullback, of course, that stays over 300, give us a pattern, you know, a hammer, bull 180, whatever, and then we continue. Because the target, I don't get to see it here, based on IPO. Yeah, I mean, at least 340. I mean, we got at least 35 points, which is 10%, which is 10%. So this is just momentum. Play momentum on coin. Watch the 300. We don't want to lose the 300. Jesus, the 299, 15. So I start looking at that one. Once we start losing the 300, the 293, I start looking see if there's some people that left behind. So they're probably going to bring it all the way to 260. So 260 by 300 coin. Momo for with 340, 330, 340. Okay. But that's condition on we holding, like it has to just go. So that's the coin. We got like 3 minutes more. I think the Wall Street guys are playing again. So AMC, I was looking last week. Don't see much. GME 190 to 220, 190 to 220 GME. And today was BlackBerry, right? That was the news. So that one absolutely stays. So we got the 12 for 14. Pretty simple. So BB over 12 by 14. It's a second day play. What was the other one today? OCGN, I'm still waiting. I mean, like I got 9, so 9 for 1050 and for 12. Wayfair, trying to find a bottom. Looking at the monthly chart. Here's, gosh, this is terrible. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So we have a big move, 38%. And then from there, we just stayed in this sideways range. So we're at the bottom of the range again. So arguably, if you really like the stock, 249, 251 for 274. W over 251 for 274. That'll be target 1. We get lucky, right? You'll be around here. You probably hit 200 MA at 293. So that's target 2, 293. And that's 7 p.m., guys.
Mario, can we get plug really quick?
Yes, sir. Plug. I like plug. Yes, I like plug. I like the weekly. I like the monthly. I like the daily. Look at the weekly right here. 340, 35. This is what I like, right? We have the solid sideways move. So we came, tested 1, 2, 3 times. We're not going down. We finally came to the up, got up, pull back, tested support, which is the green line right here. Now we're going. So over 34.40, we have this little speed bump at 35, little one at 36, but I think we go to 40. So over 34, and if we have a day like this, it doesn't matter. I mean, like we go. So let's call it, I like that one, Kyle, a lot. Plug. So over 34. We gotta watch the 235, but over 36 for 40. Wow, I like it. Actually, this is, yep, it's a really good watch as a swing. I like it. Yep, because this is real, guys. This is real. This is a real move, right? Now we just cool down a little bit. What we want to see is we want to see the move, confirmation, buyers, guys, people willing to pay up for plug. after we actually finish all of this consolidation and all of this accumulation right here in the 2730s, which is 10%, which is nothing. They're probably buying for 30, 40% move up. So from 30, that's another 9 point. That's another 3 points. Sorry, 9 points, 12 points, 37, 42. Yep. Yeah, that put us around here, 38, 42. Okay, excellent. Like that one. Anything else? Hey, I have plenty of time for these good ideas. Yeah, Futu, absolutely. I mean, there's like hundreds of them that we could. What happened with Airbnb? I know we were looking at Airbnb, but most of these are like stocks that we need the catalyst to go. So this one stays, right? Is the same daily breakout play that we're waiting for. So the fact that we don't talk about it today doesn't mean that we're not watching it, because already, I mean, like it hasn't moved for 2 weeks. So that one stays. Of course, we're still looking at Airbnb. We're looking at what is it? The pen, I think it is. Right? We got AA. So AA is Alcoa, which surprisingly I don't usually trade commodities, but this is pretty good. So we have the 51 here. So we got a range between 52 and 57. So once we start going over 57.30, I wanna be looking at that one, right? So AA. But I think we're done, guys. I mean, make sure you show up at the hangout. Make sure you try be there by 8:30. Review what Kyle posted the prior day. Usually he gets like a really good list that we can work with overnight. I usually, when I find good ideas overnight, I'll post them too, and then you start game planning. That way, when you have the ideas, because there's no way we're gonna know what's gonna be in play until like 9:30, 9:15. I'm sorry, 9:15, when we actually start seeing volume coming in. One of the trades that was brought to my attention today was Starbucks, right? It was doing like supposedly big volume and whatever. You see what it did, nothing today. So we need to watch 15, 20 minutes of the tape, especially if you're planning on trading the open. Doesn't make any sense that if you're thinking on taking a trade before 9:40, you don't spend at least 20 minutes before the market, at least watching levels, action, knowing where the volume is, what we did the prior day.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
on that note, set a filter. If you guys are looking at gaps in the mornings, just set a filter for 100,000 shares. If it hasn't done that, then it's probably nothing. So
right. And the other thing is like, and this is just to cap this up, right? One of the main things that you want to look in a gap is what is it doing versus the market, right? If the market is gapping out 1.5% and you're going to be posting gaps 0.50%, 1%, it's like you're posting the market. I mean, like, it's not relative strength. You're not showing me anything. Say the market is gapping up 1.5% tomorrow and you have a gap down of 1%. I want to see that one because it's not gapping because of the market, right? Or if you have a gap that is gapping up 4%, 5%, 3%, whatever, it's gapping bigger than the market. But when we go into gapping just with the market, and it's going to make it more efficient, especially for you when you're just starting and you show up in the morning and then you see the market's gapping up and everything's gapping up and you want to trade everything. No, you don't need to trade everything. You just need to find that one that is doing something special. Like what I share, right? It's like, what is special about this gap? The answer was nothing was special about that gap. So that one, X, cross it, go find one that has something special. 10 minutes, wait for it, 10 minutes. Even eventually some of the guys, or Kyle, myself, or Chris, or one of the guys that are on top of that mesh is going to say, hey, this one is taken. This one's going over the prior market high. And now you know that's the gap that you want to take. Then you take it and it makes your life so much easier instead of just running around into, looking at 5 different names. It doesn't work like that. So thank you for your time, guys. And thanks for the teamwork, the alerts and everything. We're all making money. So that has us all pretty happy. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay.
All right. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.